Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 70 of Direwolf20's Let's Play series. 70 already? Almost time for another world download? Shenanigans. I don't remember the last time I had only one series running for so long, so the fact that we've gotten to episode 70 feels like it's been really quick, but in fairness, it's been 70 days, right? So, you know, that's what's up. Hey, something that I learned about through your comments in my videos, there's a thing called the Flux Infused Quiver. This is brand new, and I didn't know it existed, but I totally want to give it a shot. So let's do Redstone Arsenal. We're gonna want 2 of you bad boys and a couple of you guys. There's all kinds of Flux Infused things, like shields and hammers, huh? I don't know what that does. I feel like it might do something cool, like maybe breaking a 3x3? I don't know. Flux Infused Battle Wrench. Sounds nifty. There needs to be like in-game documentation on here that just says, hey, this is what the cool thing that you're looking at does. But yeah, long story short, this quiver apparently will let you fire really nifty arrows as opposed to any of the arrows that we've otherwise found ourselves having. So I'm looking forward to giving it a shot. We just need a little bit more flux crystal and a little bit more flux infused ingots, and we should be good to make this thing. Remember, I said there was a reason I was teaching this auto crafting thing how to make some of this stuff, so I'm glad that I did. Come on, one more, buddy. You can do it. I should see about speeding up some of these machines down there, because some of them are pretty quick, but this one, oh boy. Alright, so I should be able to empower him, boing, which makes him fire arrows at the cost of, wow, 6,400 RF per use. That's a lot of RF, but not the end of the world. Now, can that, just chill in my inventory, I presume? And now we've got an even better arrow. So I shouldn't need arrows anymore. And incidentally, I can upgrade this guy. I can throw an enchantment on him. Somewhere. Enchantment Factory, is this the one? Hello, holding 4. Nice. That just lets him hold more RF. Sweet. So that'll basically, it's the equivalent of having more ammo, right? Like more RF equals more ammo. And this should cause this thing to do even more damage than it was doing before. I don't know if there's a cap on how much damage the dragon can receive, but I know we're going to be one-shotting most creatures. The other thing it does, which seems pretty cool, and oh good, there's no enemies nearby. That means my ritual's doing its job. The other thing that it does, which is pretty cool, is it causes the arrow to be fired, not to be affected by gravity, which is kind of neat. I'm used to adjusting for gravity. Oh, hello. You explode? That is neat. I like that. Dudes. I may have found a new favorite weapon. That is cool. I love everything about it. I have found something nifty, to be sure. Dude, that is a large area of effect, too. And it doesn't cause any block damage, either, because I'm shooting sand. If you're going to destroy blocks, sand is the one you will destroy. So that is nifty. And then, obviously, all we need to do to charge this thing back up is just hold it, because the capacitor that we have only charges items that you're holding. Or armor, currently set to held items, but it would also charge armor if we had flux-infused armor. Hintity hint hint, that's a thing that exists. Right now, my diamond armor seems to be doing just fine with all the protection and stuff that it's got on it, so I'm almost feeling like there's no reason to do the flux-infused armor thing, but hey, we've got even better weapons. So there's a few things we could probably start working on now. So last episode, we got into RF Tools Dimensions, right? And that was a good time. And it drains a lot of power, though, to keep that. I've taken the dimension card out of there. You can see it sitting over here. Now, one thing that I didn't talk about, actually there's 2 things that I kind of forgot to mention to you guys as we were setting it up, so I figured I should cover it today, just as a mention. Notice that the current power in this dimension is not going down. That's a good thing, because that's the dimension that's the draconic one, and therefore really expensive. The power in this dimension, though, is. Why is that? Well, in RF Tools Dimensions, there is a block called an activity probe, Boom, this guy. And if you place that in the dimension, it detects if there's any players in the dimension, and if there are no players in the dimension, it stops costing energy. So these two dimensions will eventually lose their power storage and just drain completely, unless I put an activity probe in there. But frankly, I'm a little too lazy to do it. This one will not. It'll only drain power when there's a player in the dimension. And that's kind of super important. So in fact, I could probably just put this guy in here, and that's fine. He won't actually drain power unless I actually visit the dimension. At that point, it'll start draining power, and that's a thing. The other thing to mention is I should get one of these, because the way that you teleport to a dimension, dial once, zoing, is courtesy of a matter receiver, which does require power. And if that thing ever runs out of power, bad things start to happen. So by having a wireless transmitter there, that'll just keep that thing charged. So two little hints that I kind of forgot to mention last time we played with our dimensions. So what you'll see here is if we pop over here, this thing is probably draining power a little bit at this point. See, it's flickering on its power. But in about 10 to 15 seconds, it realizes, hey, there's no players in this dimension, so I'm going to stop charging power, and that's cool. You'll see it roughly, maybe up to a minute. I don't know how long it takes for it to realize. It probably doesn't check that often, but every now and then it's like, oh yeah, no players? Okay, cool. We'll unload. So seeing how cool this bow is makes me like a little interested to try out the sword. So let's like get one of these and like two of these and see what's involved in doing that. So to make, yeah, the Flux Infused sword, we need some of these guys, and I want to just kind of try it out and see like what kind of damage we're talking about here. Also you, hello, augmentation, you're not as fast as I would expect or would like to see you be. So let's get a resident upgrade kit, which should be easy enough to make. I hope I'm not mistaken about the easiness of that. Cool. So you're good, you're good, you're good. And you're all good. I'll need to upgrade that thing at some point. So Redstone Flux Infused sword, going once, going twice. That just finished crafting, so that should be any second. It's probably induction furnacing now. Cool. So this thing does 1.6 attack speed and 7 attack damage, right? So if I empowered him, he's up to 16 attack damage. Holy cow. I feel like that thing's already more attack damage than this sword, and it doesn't have any enchants on it yet, which is like totally a thing that can happen. Do I have like enchants that would be cool to have? Protection thorns. I have lots of defensive ones. I remember doing a lot of that. I wouldn't mind like, you know, looting and sharpness. Does that sound like a plan? I want to try putting sharpness on this thing and see how good it is. So we could get sharpness. What I'd like to do, let's just try, because I could enchant it and then disenchant it and see how that goes, right? And we should have like a decent amount of fluid essence, though I have been using quite a lot of it, so maybe I should be a little bit more stringent. But I wonder if I just like dropped it in there. What I think I'm actually going to do is enchant a gold sword. Smite, Vorpal, Unbreaking. See? That would have been really upsetting if I had gotten that on Sharpness 4. That's pretty good. I'll take that. So that one's not terrible. Then I want to disenchant you. Boom. And boom. That's cool. I'll take that. Now I feel like I need a little bit more mob essence. Do we have any of that sitting in here? Probably not. But the tank that exists down here should. I don't exactly remember. Why do I feel like you're taking a long time to break? Yeah, that's why. I don't exactly remember what I had going on. Oh wow, look at you. You are nice and drained. Probably because I've been running my Enderman thing for so stinking long. That's not a problem. I wonder if there's like a sneaky way I can convert this stuff into mob essence. Probably not. I might not just. I might just need to be patient. Hey, I wonder if watering cans still make this guy run faster. Do you guys think that's a thing that still exists? Remember watering cans used to make Cursed Earth run faster? That was a good time back in the day. Alright, so what we're going to want to do then So this tank is full at least. Yes. All right, so then let's do this. Let's just wait a few minutes, and then we'll get some mob essence through the natural spawning of mobs in the cursed earth room. Be right back. All right, if my math is not incorrect on this, I believe I need 8 sharpness books. So I decided that I'm not going to wait for mob essence, because that would be silly to wait that long. So if my math is correct, I need 8 sharpness books, and then... Wait, that's my sharpness 4 book. I want to hang on to that one. I want to do 1 and 1 for 2. 1 and 1 for 2. 1 and 1 for 2. 2 and 2 becomes 3. 2 and 2 becomes 3. 3 and 3 becomes 4. And 4 and 4 become 5. And then I should be able to do that. Sweet. That's cool. 16 attack damage becomes 19 attack damage. Not a huge increase, it looks like, but still not terrible. I'll take it. Looks like we're going to need our little green book. You. I stopped caring about being efficient with levels because I have a stupid amount of experience at this point. Nice. So that's good times. So we should be able to put this away, and we should be done with you. So that's sharpness 5. So that brings me up to 19 attack damage. Then we just need looting, right? So that was emeralds, I believe. And if I'm not mistaken, I want 6 of these. And that's a decent bit more power, but it's all good. Fortune. Man, that's with, like, a lot of processing speeds in there. And I think what I'd like to do is fight another boss monster type dude in order to get some good use out of these awesome weapons that I'm making right now. And the potions and all the other stuff that I've been working on between the last few episodes. I think it might be time to fight... I didn't need that much. All right, Fortune 3. Good enough. So you and Fortune 3 requires what? Can I... Oh, that was Fortune. I wanted looting, didn't I? Okay, cool. Let's get looting. What was looting then? That is gold. Okay, not too bad. Not that it matters. 1 and 1. So I really only need 4 of these, right? I believe that's accurate. We'll find out. I know with the dire derps, I always mix up looting and fortune. And I remembered that emeralds gave me fortune, and there was my derp. So we'll do you and you for 2, you and you for 2, 2 and 2 becomes 3 after 8 levels. And then you need too expensive. Too expensive? Say what? Too expensive? That's weird. Let me think. So just out of curiosity, what if I did this and this? Nice. Did not know if that would work. Like that it worked. Is that hacks? Probably. Probably a smidgen of hacksery going on right there. But I'm going to say that's better than my sword, right? So that's definitely better. 19 attack damage, plus 10 flux damage, I guess? So, well, I don't know, actually. I'm not entirely sure if that stacks or how that works, but long story short is it should do a lot of damage. I wouldn't mind trying it out. Oh, man, all but 1 heart. That is actually pretty good. If only I could get, like, 1 more damage on this thing, that would be awesome. That would one-shot most enemies. That is cool. It does all but half a heart. Oh, how can I get, like, 1 more smidgen of whatever on there? You know what I could get? Just because I can. Advanced Ring of Strength? How does that sound? So potion rings are cool from actually additions. Permanently grant a set of potion effects. A potion ring has 2 tiers. The first needs to be held in any hand and gives an effect of level 1, while the second tier can be anywhere in the inventory and grants an effect of level 2. So in theory, this should give me strength 2 at all times. To be able to use potion rings, they have to be filled up with blaze powder. To do this, put the ring in the crafting with 1 or more blaze powder. Over time, the powder inside the ring will be used up to grant you the effect. So that sounds cool, right? Should we try that out? Potion rings. So a potion ring of strength is going to need a ring, and then in order to get this, we need a diamantine crystal block and a bottle of water. So diamantine, this shouldn't be too bad, and then water or just a regular bottle. we have like water somewhere in the base that we could tap into? Probably, I think we do. That might be cool. At this point, I'm just having a little bit of fun. Don't mind me. So that should be good and done, including the bottle of water. So that should get me a Ring of Strength 1. Now to get this, we need an Ender Dude. Okay, so we're going to need some Dragon's Breath and some Prismarine. So Prismarine, easy. Dragon's Breath, not hard. And Crystal, do I have enough to make 4 of these? I really need to get around to the gas tier automation thing, unfortunately. So, I mean, in theory, this will get... Well, no, because I want the top 2, the next 2 version. So let's get, like, a stack of bottles. Should we pop into the end just to see if there might be... Sometimes... To the end, ladies and gentlemen. Whoosh. Sometimes there is residual breath stuff going on up in here. And we are not quite that lucky. So we will definitely have to summon the dragon if we want. So let's, I guess, pop into the end. Let's pop over to the nether. Whoosh. And I'll be back after I find a blaze or 2. Or a ghast or 2. Be right back. Literally killed the first ghast I found, and that should be enough to make 4 end crystals. So we need to collect some Dragon's Breath, which is probably not a bad idea, because we're totally going to want to use that anyway. And this will actually give me a good experience to test out my new awesome, fancy, super spiffy, cool weapons. Yeah. So, hey there. That's that thing. Cool. Let's get this guy summoning. And I want to try out my weapons on camera now, like the really good sword and the really good bow. And then we'll see how that goes. Plus, we'll get a strength guy out of this. So I want him to breathe. Dragon's Breath. I want to collect it all in a bottle. And then we'll see what's up. So I'll be back in a second once he's done doing this crazy shenanigans he does. Hey guys, not for nothing, but the explosion totally kills the crystals. That is cool. Yeah, so you can shoot them through the protection thing. That is awesome. I like it. Hey, Ender Dragon, how you doing? Oh, good. You're doing the thing. You take a healthy amount. Oh, good. You're breathing. You're breathing. Dragon's Breath. Give me some of that. Yeah. This stuff does stack. Yes. Oh, I'm getting Ender Air bottles as well while we're here. Sneaky Ender Air. I mean, Ender Air bottles aren't the end of the world, but I wanted more Dragon's Breath than Ender Air bottles. I wonder if I can, like, explode an Enderman. I totally can. Take that, immune to ranged attacks, Enderman. Oh, I missed a crystal. Yeah, they totally don't get affected by gravity, which is nice. So I'm thinking 8. I mean, I wouldn't mind a few more Ender Air bottles on here. So I want to make sure this is fully charged and see what kind of damage this does. That's hefty. Plus, you know, explosions. Food. I want to get one more. I'm going to get a few more Ender Dragon's Breath bottles, and we'll be right back. So, funny story, I accidentally killed the Ender Dragon. This weapon is really good. I'll leave the egg here, but I mean, I at least got one Dragon's Breath, right? So that's cool. But I'll leave the egg here, and I'll get it later because I didn't bring a piston with me because I'm a genius who's really good at this game. So that's cool times. I'll take the heart though for sure. All right, to home. Zing. And that Ender Air is going to be useful for Britannia type stuff at some point, so that's cool. But the Dragon's Breath is also useful. So let's get you upgraded with one of these. So that should be easy to make, right? And then we should be able to combine these guys. And then we're going to want, let's get like a stack of blaze dust and we'll see how that treats us. So, hey, how come you don't have like a processing method? Pulverizer? Works for me. That should be good. That'll get us like 6-ish. That'll get us 2 stacks-ish. We'll see what happens when we do 1 stack's worth. It says it can hold 800 blaze. I'm more curious about how quickly it burns it up. Oh, okay, cool. That's not going to be really annoying. Not even a little bit having to do it that way. That's not even a little bit annoying, I promise. Back in a sec. FYI, I'm sure there are machines that could automate this. Like, I would imagine the RF Tools crafter would do this a lot more quickly, but we'll just see how much we need to. I mean, I don't know. I may not need to that bad. Cool. Now I'm just at the point where I want it to be full, right? So, yeah. So how quickly does this burn through this stuff? Actually, relatively fast. Okay, that does not last long at all. Is it like an on-off switch or something? Probably not. So now, I'm just out of curiosity. I want to see if I can one-shot a creeper with my sword. That's what's up. That is awesome. One shot, all the things. See you later, bad guys. I've got an awesome weapon. That is cool. All right. Hey, let's do something with it. Also, neat. Sticking it in the satchel, it stops burning through blaze. So that's good, at least. So I've decided I'm going to take on the Gaia Guardian as my next challenge to defeat. So in order to do this, I'm going to need some mana pylons. So if you check in the Lexicon of Britannia, the Gaia Guardian is basically the boss fight of Britannia. It's probably harder than the Wither, aside from the fact that it doesn't fly. But it's harder to contain, and it's harder to do things with. But long story short, he's a fun fight. So we're going to do the Ritual of the Gaia, which will go ahead and summon the Gaia Guardian so that we can kill it. So we're going to need, as it tells you in here, a Terra Steel Ingot. It's going to require an active beacon. And it's also going to need these things. And so we're going to need 4 pylons around an activated beacon. Cool. So we'll activate that in a sec, but in order to get these pylons, we're going to need 8 pixie dust and 8 elementium. So let's get, just get this and ender pearls. I'm just gonna like boom that. Nice. So I need half of you, I need 16 to get 8, remember. Elementium is the only one that you get half of, and we'll get some extra pixie dust. Doesn't hurt. And then we should be able to convert you into these pretty easily. And I'm going to put the extra mana steel in there for now, and that's the 4 Gaia Guardians I need. We're also going to need a pylon, or the beacon. That's it. That's the word I was looking for. I knew the word. And it has to be an active beacon, so you might as well get yourselves some of this. And that should be pretty cool. Sleeping before you do this is probably a good idea, because there's going to be lots of enemies happening, and you don't want to have to deal with extra enemies, so doing this during the daytime is kind of an ideal situation. Let's find a nice spot to do it in. You want kind of a relatively flat area. That wouldn't be too bad of a situation. And you know what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to get a Horn of the Wild. That's right. I keep forgetting that I have like infinite range on this. I'm so used to having to fly back to my base to get stuff that I'm like, oh, right. I don't have to. We'll see how this does. For a fight the Gaia Guardian type of area. Cool. Away a lot of this can go. Neat. So let's visualize this guy. And I'd like to anchor him right about here. Sounds good. So with this said, we should be cool. I'm just gonna... Britannia is one of my favorites with regards to the visualization of the multi-block. Like, some mods build the multi-block for you, other mods, you know, do other things, but Britannia is definitely like one of my favorites as it relates to like figuring out how the multi-blocks get placed. I just like the visualization way that it works. It's funny how like there's no standard with that. Like, every mod is different. Some don't show you at all, immersive engineering, and make you look in a book and constantly get confused. But, you know, others build it for you, like environmental tech, right? You just click a button and it starts building the multi-block. But this one, like, I think is my favorite. It's definitely cool. So that is the multi-block structure we're going to need. The next thing we need is a terra-steel ingot. We remember how to make those, yes. We just need mana diamond, a mana pearl, and some other good stuff. So we'll do that. Mana steel, and then we'll need a diamond and an ender pearl. And then we drop you guys on here. 1, 2, 3. And I should probably take off my magnet for a sec just to prevent it from magneting those things over while it does the craft. By the way, we'll eventually get to the point where we have more mana stored, and that will be a faster craft. And I'm assuming you guys are like cooking over there and doing things, right? Like, I haven't checked on that thing in a while over there, so I'm not 100% sure. Oh yeah, look, it's working. Nice. Well, that's cool. It's nice to see that that's working still. I love when automation like works well enough that you don't even... I haven't looked at this in like 10 or 12 episodes, right? And it's like, I'm good. I'm cool. Don't worry about me. Let's get some potions just to help ourselves out here. So potion. We're definitely going to want some resistance potions. So I'm going to get like probably... I want to have 3 of each on hand ready to go. Absorption would totally be nice, and strength, right? So what I'm going to do is something like this, and then we'll have the extras there. Now for healing, I don't have like a healing potion ready, instant health or anything like that. But I mean, I've got plenty of food. So let's just give it a shot. See what happens, right? So let's do it. Doing! Aw, you believe ritual grounds will be improper. It might be a good idea to check for obstructions in the neighbor area or large gaps. So let's cut down this tree with an axe. It's very picky because Vasky just doesn't want the Gaia Guardian to be automated. So she's coded it in such a way that like it like accurately checks if there's any nearby obstructions to prevent you from like cheesing the system, which is actually kind of cool. Now we're talking. That's what's up. It's go time. Let's get some resistance and some absorption. And there is the Gaia Guardian. It will mirror your skin, by the way. Oh yeah, that's nice. Now I'm not sure. Oh yeah, that's cool. Dun, dun, dun. Awesome battle music, by the way. Personally, one of my favorites. I'm gonna go after him with my melee weapons, and there's definitely some pixies that you have to kill. You can either kill... Oh, don't stand on the purple spots. Purple's bad. Purple's a bad thing. Absorption died out already, so that's cool. Got him. This is the first version of the fight? Oh, hold on. Food, where'd you go, food? Also, it disables your ability to fly, which is always like a welcome thing, right? Where'd you go? The next tier of this fight is much harder. There's a second version of this boss that's like way tougher. Got him. Alright, it's phase 2 of the battle. So he's gonna spawn a bunch of enemies on me. But I've got a nice exploding ranged weapon that is going to make this a little bit more trivial than it would otherwise be. Beautiful. I'm liking this sword. I'm just putting that out there, that I'm really liking it. By the way, you totally have to stay inside this pink circle. Like it forces you to stay inside. And also as an FYI, he teleports around a lot faster after this phase, so... Ow. I should have gone for the instant health. Did I get him? Oh, I totally got him. Nice. What, where's his loots? Hey, hey, loots, where you at? Did I not get any loots from him? Is it because he died to an explosion, potentially? Potentially. Let's get some new absorption potions, because we're, like, totally out of that. Alright, guys. I started another fight. Let's see what happens if I make sure to kill him with my sword this time. Suspecting because an explosion is what killed him in the end, it didn't drop any items. I'm suspecting it's looking for, like, death by player. And the explosion probably doesn't count as death by player. Would be my assumption. But, we'll see. So no more arrows for this guy. One more hit, he's dead. So cool. Oh, I'm missing him by just a split second. The worst part is the little pixies. They actually do quite a bit more of a nuisance than you think, because they push you back as you're trying to get to him. Got him. Hey, that time we got a Gaia Spirit. Nice. That's cool. Nice. Alright, so we got Gaia Spirits. Sweet. That's what I was after. That's 100% what I was after, and I'm quite pleased to have received that. Oh, and we got the nifty battle music that we just experienced. Cool. So Gaia Spirits unlock a whole new tier of items that are available in this mod. Specifically, some good stuff. There's like a bunch of cool items you can get from it. But like you can get an upgraded sash that lets you run even faster. You can get an upgraded Crimson Pendant, which like I think pretty much lets you like literally stand in lava and take no damage at all. And there's a bunch of other cool things you can get as well, including a better mana spreader, which we might want to play with at some point. But I think we're reaching wrapping up point for this episode. So we had fun upgrading our weapons today. So you guys are going to get access to all those because I'm about to do a world download for you guys. So let's get, I should have like an iron chest in here. If not, I'm going to get one because I've got so much junk, I don't know that a regular chest will work. So I'm just going to dump what my current inventory is. Okay, maybe not leather, but everything else can go in there. And we'll come back next time. So we've just hit episode 70. Lots of cool stuff as a result. And we'll come back next 10 episodes. May work on bees. Had a lot of positive feedback about whether or not to do bees, so that's cool. Want to start using some of those Gaia Spirits to get upgraded mana spreaders and possibly a few other things. So that would be cool. And who knows what else we're going to do. I don't know. All kinds of good things. And we do want to get into Draconic Evolution at some point because I did get all that Draconium. So Draconic Evolution probably going to happen sooner than later. So lots of more mods to play with that we haven't even looked at yet, like Bees and Gendustry and top tier Botania. And I might even want to play with a little bit more Astral Sorcery stuff too. But Draconic Evolution definitely. Haven't touched that at all yet, and that's on the to-do. All right, guys. For now, Devil20 signing off. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.